Hello, everybody. Welcome to the After Hours art stream. Today is pretty much just going to be a chill stream. So, I'm going to hopefully be drawing some little sketches and not anything that's like um, promotional per se, because I realized that I need to put out some videos. And by videos, I mean not live streams and not shorts. So, what I'm thinking of doing, sorry, I have some mucus in my throat, and I'm also drinking a little bit. So, if the words are not coming out correctly, that's possibly why. Um, but yeah, I need to put out some videos. So, in order to do that, I need to actually have some um, screen recordings from my iPad so that I can actually put those out. So, I may end up doing that on this stream. In fact, that's definitely what I'm going to end up doing because I really don't have any ideas that I'm going to be putting out there just yet. I do apologize though. I did not stream at all over the weekend. It was quite a busy weekend, let's just say. So, give me one moment. I have to move my cup out of the way. All right. But yeah, busy weekend. So if you remember, a couple weeks ago, I said that my basement flooded, and Sunday was pretty much tearing down some of the walls and getting all that stuff situated and ready for renovations whenever I do get around to those. So that is mostly what I was doing during that time for Sunday. Saturday was just like a whole big like social event, so that was hectic in and of itself. Fun but hectic and not very conducive to streaming. So sort of had to put that to the side. And then yesterday, which one do I want? Let's go with this. Okay. I'm just getting my iPad set up over here and going with that. Let's see if the Apple Pencil has its full charge. It does not. It has 28%. Fuck me. Okay. So yesterday I needed to record some more shorts, and the ones that I've been putting up have been dropping in the amount of views that have been coming in recently. So I figured it was time to change up how those were being filmed. Like I would usually have them over on I would have the comics on my drawing desk, and I would have like the lights shining on on it from both sides so that it could be seen like with like crisp lighting. Unlike what you're seeing here, because um most of the focus I want is to be on the drawing and on whatever I'm showcasing if it's like a promotional stream. I am secondary in that regard, and also my lights are behind me, as you can see, with like my ring light, and then there's also this other very larger light, if you can see right there. So usually I don't feel like throwing those on whenever I am just streaming, because most of the times I'm over like in the corner of the stream, and it's like very small. So that's pretty much what I've been doing the past 3 days when I haven't been on stream. And now I have like a whole month of shorts that I can post. So won't have to do that, but now I just need to work on some actual videos. So, hello, Kira. Say yo yo yo, I'm back. Yes, you've been putting out some posts. They're looking good. I saw you in somebody's chat this weekend, or it was either this weekend or late last week. So it's good to see that you're jumping around to different streams. Yep, just some drawings. Well, they're good drawings, so that's a plus. Okay, let's get QuickTime up in here, and I will start sharing my screen. Don't need that. Movie recording. Nope, not mine. There we go. Okay. Here's the iPad screen and share. Alrighty. Oh, and you went to Omer's chat. He gave me a mod. Are you talking about Omer Glitch? All right, let's do this. So I itch my forehead. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't jumped into Omer's chat yet. I've seen him go live a couple times, but it's always whenever I'm like in the middle of doing something. It was, I think I saw you in the Will Studios chat. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing today is I have several different ideas for like videos that I want to at some point get done. And I need to have actual recordings of drawing art for that. One of which is haha. You also got 1,000 views on a short and 10 likes and 15 subscribers. I'm so happy right now. My brother had 11 and I bypassed that. Congratulations. That's great. Always good to be coming out ahead in that friendly competition. Where was I? Ideas for what I was going to be doing. Okay, so since I work in Procreate, I want to work on 3 things. One, drawing hands, so I can show you how I'm doing it and making it look somewhat decent. Number 2, how I have how I can like get smoother lines rather than like the choppy ones. And 3, which is probably going to be a very simple one, is showing like how to flip the canvas in Procreate. Because I was watching the Will Studios, and he also uses Procreate, and he did not know how to flip the canvas. So I think that might be a good thing to at least have like make a video of, just in case anyone else does not know that process. We see here. And I'm going to his same school a few days, so let's see how that goes. Drawing hands. Yes. The drawing hands is probably going to be the That might be the last thing that I do. We'll see. We'll see if I get to that, because it's just going to be a chill stream. There's not really anything planned per se. I may get through all of these, I may not. But right now, I want to... The easiest part would probably be... It's probably going to be drawing a sketch of a female head, and then doing like some inking of that. And then I can do the smoothing out the lines and also the flipping of the canvas. So I think that I'll do that. I just have to figure out what kind of female face I'm going to be drawing. So we shall see. Does drawing women make you nervous, Kira? Oh yeah, I also drew another woman. Her name's Gemma, brother of Aurora, protagonist Jonas. Give it up for Jonas. Yes, indeed. Is Aurora the name of a story that you've told me about, or is that like another one of your ideas? Actually, I wanted to test something. I should probably start recording this just for the sake of it. Come on. You gonna work? Gotta be shitting me. Okay, take that off for a moment and get this working again. Fucking hell. Oh, okay. Yes, drawing women is difficult, especially the anatomy and autocorrect. It's our, not Aurora. Yeah, autocorrect is being a bitch. It's like, there's some stuff that I've like looked back on and I realized that I was just typing it out way too fast. And it's like, oh, this should have... I think autocorrect just screwed me whenever it came to that. Okay. QuickTime is closed. Get that off of there. Movie recording. And iPad. Now let's get this actually working. Okay, now it's actually filming. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. I was in another chat and I wanted to say hello, but instead of saying that, it put hell. I was so embarrassed. Happen to remember what chat that was? Or whose chat that was? Okay, so what I need to do is I want to see Omer's chat. Okay. Don't worry. I'm sure he's fine. Okay. So I want to see if there's a way to make this a little bit less squiggly. I'm pretty sure it was that one. He's a chill guy, though, so I didn't get kicked. That's good. Okay. Is there a way to make that so that it's not like... I wonder. Crop and resize, canvas information. This is probably going to be a little bit boring. I'm trying to get the selection tool so that it's not... so that it's smoother. I wonder... Feather? That's too much. And that just goes out. Nope, that looks like absolute shit. Okay. Magnetics. Huh. Nope, definitely not that one. Freehand, invert, no. No, definitely not. Where the heck was that? How is that? Okay. Oh, okay. Also, did I tell you about our new protagonist, Jonas? No, you did not. You need to tell me about him. Bilinear? Interpolation. This is crazy as shit. Okay, turn off that. I don't need that. It's annoying as hell. Okay. Wonder if there's a way. This is going to be a lot of experimentation, mostly. So we'll see how this goes. That's just actions. Alrighty, have a fun time, Kira. Good to see you on here, even if it was brief. All right. Okay, I don't think I can change that, so let's not worry about that. Get rid of that. That definitely needs to be bigger. Oh, up here, never mind. That's where it was. Okay. There we go, okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is... Okay, whatever. I'm already filming, so might as well... Where are we? Comic set. Loose sketch. All right. So All right, so what I'm going to do, since this is just a chill stream and hang out and do whatever, I'm going to put on some music. I'll start drawing some hands just in like a sketch form. Then I'll go from there once I find the appropriate music. Okay. Come on, keep going. Okay. Most of these are... Okay. Actually... Hello, JOM. How are you doing today? If I can get my mouse to work. There we go. Hello. Right now, it's just a chill stream. I'm drawing some hands so that I can get some footage for a video that I want to put out. You're dropping in to give a like. Thank you very much. I always appreciate the likes. Something in my eye. A hand holding a fireball. Do you mean like holding it like this? Or sort of like hovering over top of the hand, or like actually holding it? I'm gonna try that one again because I think I could probably do a little bit better. Let's see. Is that sort of like what you're meaning, JOM? Ah. Cool. I like your construction method. Thank you. Yeah, I've found that drawing in like 3D shapes helps with figuring out like where it sits in the space. So, hands, it has definitely helped with, for sure. And what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to, I guess, draw different shapes of hands. Like I have the more generic type right here, and then one with very thick fingers, like I guess what you would see with like Hulk or the Thing, or generically bulky characters, I guess you would say. Now this one is going to be like extremely thin. A mummy. What? What do you mean a mummy? A mummy's hands with bandages already on. Are you saying that that's what the construction method looks like, or are you saying that that's what are you like providing suggestions? Oh, okay. I guess it could slightly look like that. Yeah, this one that I'm working on right now, I want it to be like a very either like a thin woman or like someone who has like very gaunt fingers. Just trying to cover all the bases on types of hands. And also showing that there is some amount of space between the fingers, at least with some type of hand construction. And just showing those differences. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, because what I used to do would be I would draw out the hand, and then from there I would draw like the edges of the hand, like the edges of the fingers, and then go from out for the thumb, and draw that out. And then go in there, and then draw out the fingers by dividing it into like fourths. But whenever I would do it this way, it would always seem like it was too flat. So whenever I started drawing or like taking my time drawing a little bit more, I was adding in the lines to make it into like a 3D space. So drawing like this so that I could at least visualize what it was supposed to look like a cylinder. I never noticed the quadrant on the fingers. Drawing made me notice more about the human body and anatomy. That's for sure. It's like whenever I am trying to draw hands nowadays, I'm trying to divide it into like 3D spaces, and it makes it a hell of a lot easier. It's like there's there's a piece by J. Scott Campbell where he's drawing Black Cat. She has her hands sort of like pushed against a surface, and it's like the back of her hand is like almost straight up and down, and her hands and her fingers are all splayed out. And I had challenged myself at one point to try to draw that, but the hands all seemed like they were, or like the fingers looked very strangely done. So I figured that there was something wrong with what I was doing. So now I will try to recreate that for your viewing pleasure. Hell yeah. J. Scott is the man. I collected Xenoscope and recognized his art in the 2010s. Yeah, and he's one who has two very recognizable art styles. Like he has his original art style whenever he first was working on Danger Girl. And now he has the more recognizable current art style that sort of, this is going to make it sound bad, but it's not actually bad. It sort of recycles um the same faces for a lot of women, but they still look hot. So I'm not complaining in that regard. Reminiscent of pinup style from the 50s. His current style or his older style? Definitely, yeah. No hate for using a template that works. His older style. Okay. Yeah, the older style I could see being something that would be put on like a bomber plane from World War II. You know how they would like paint pinup girls on like the front of the plane. I could see J. Scott's original style being used for that. And yeah, with the no hate for using a template that works. I know that some artists are they're very how do I put this? They're very cognizant of same face syndrome. It's something that I try to keep from doing, but I know that some artists it works for them. Like J. Scott Campbell, it works for him because his ladies always look gorgeous no matter what. And Bruce Timm, like if you take a look at like a Bruce Timm character template, it's pretty much the same build for like everybody and almost like the same face, but you just change around the colors and maybe like the hairstyle. So there's some people that it works for, and there's other people that are like, I don't really want to do the same look for everybody. The Rocketeer, Betty Page opened me up to all that genre and style. Yeah, those are definitely very good with the pinup stuff. Um, okay, and yeah. First rule of show business: if you make something that people like, keep doing it. Amen to that. All right, and that just looks fucking weird. I think I put too much curve in here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. That's better. And then right there would be the elbow. Okay. I'm not going to put too much more work into that area because that is not the main focus of what I'm going to be doing here. Okay. All right. So I think that that's good for the fingers or the hands. I think that is all that I need to do for that recording. So let's stop sharing that, and I'll stop that recording. Because ideally that would just be a very quick video that I could throw out of just like commentary in the background, and then showing the actual process of drawing the hands. Thank you. Cool refresher on hands. Yeah, today is, I'm not sure if I said this whenever you were in here or if I said it whenever Akira was in here. This is pretty much just going to be me drawing random stuff today and filming my iPad so that I can put that footage into videos to release on my channel. Because as of right now, I'm just doing shorts and live streams. And in order to actually grow a little bit more, I need to actually put out some videos. So have to do that. And whenever I'm not live streaming, I need to work on some other stuff. So what better time to do it than while I'm on stream, and I can show this stuff off and chat with you guys. No. Trust me. There's a reason why editing exists. Also, it's only filming the iPad, so it's not filming like the live stream. So any like cuts or pauses, I can just cut out in the editing process. So feel free to interrupt however much you want. If you have questions, definitely ask them. I like interacting more, and it'll be a heck of a lot more of a fun experience for me, at least. So keep doing what you're doing. I am not going to stop you. Okay. So now I'm going to start another. That was my hand recording. Okay. Starting now. Okay, you're asking... 1 second. I just have to get the screen up first. You're asking, what random stuff will you draw? I'm drawing with you. Well, the two things that I wanted to get done today were the hands, which are already done, and I'm going to draw a female face. I just have to find the right reference image so I can actually draw said face. And that one is going to serve two purposes. One, I will actually be able to show how to get a more streamlined line, or like a less janky line, I guess you could say, like smoother one. And it'll also be showing how to flip the canvas. So two purposes for it, and I figured if people are going to want to watch a tutorial like that, that's easy, then they're going to want to see it done on a female face. So might as well do it that way. All right. Give me a moment to do some web searching. I'll try to pick a face that won't take too long. Do you prefer Blue Sketch when practicing? I prefer Blue Sketch whenever I'm sketching. So I'll draw in the blue pencil, and whenever I'm inking the piece, that's whenever I'll switch to black and use a different brush. So right now, I'm using the loose sketch brush, and if you zoom in, you'll see that it can pretty much go like anywhere. It's like there's not much, like it can get janky in certain areas, but if I go to the ink brush, then it's much more smooth, especially whenever it's like if I'm moving it in like a long curving line, it's much more smooth, and it sort of like auto corrects in certain areas. But if it's a loose sketch, then it doesn't have as much autocorrect whenever it's sketching. It's more of just like it follows where my hand is going rather than smoothing out. So let's get rid of those. And I think I'm going to, at least whenever it comes to reference images, I think I'm going to go with a Sydney Sweeney. Because who doesn't like her? I just have to find a good picture. Good picture for referencing for this. Samurai weaving. Let's see. Samurai weaving. I didn't even know you could put enter in there. Oh, the Emma Frost girl. She might be good further on down the line. Heard she'll be the new White Queen for X-Men. Yeah, whenever you said White Queen, I recognized exactly which one you were talking about. Actually, I could do that. Okay. So, okay, we're on the loose sketch. Let's get... She has a pretty, like, thin face. So, let's do... Might be a bit too much. She does have a very tall head shape. I will say that. Okay. So that ear would be here. It's going to be covered up with hair anyways, so faint a little bit down here. And then okay. It's a very long nose. Actually, fuck. I did that a little bit too high. Shit. Okay. So, eyebrows would be about here. Another thing that I've learned when it comes to drawing faces is that the line in the middle of the face is not for the eyes. It's actually for the eyebrows. So the eyes would be a little bit lower. So let's get the face on there. She has sort of like an as I jam my Apple Pencil into my mouth. She has sort of like an upturned nose. Good thing is that for this one, I can adjust. Shit. Okay. Then nostrils. I'm definitely gonna have to workshop this. That right there. I may have to make some slight adjustments. So that's where eye sockets would be. That. And then her cheek comes up from there. Okay. I think that needs to be moved up ever so slightly, but I'm going to do that afterwards. Okay. No, has to be freeform. There we go. All right, I'm going to turn on some music for you guys while I'm futzing my way through this. Welcome back, Kira. Right now, for real. Yeah, right now I'm working on drawing Samura weaving, which is what JOM suggested. Because for her, I'm going to be in the process of filming this and getting to an inking stage, hopefully. So we shall see how well that works. You say the drawing's looking good. Thank you. It's funny how that little adjustment just made so much of a difference. I almost wonder if I can make the eyes bigger. Kira, yes, you were about to talk about that before you had to head out. So right now is your chance. Lay it on me. All right. Goodness gracious. And JOM says, looks good. Thank you. It looks a lot better whenever I adjusted the face. All right. Alright, so Kira. This is your character Jonas. So to start off with, Jonas is related to Aaron, which is his uncle. Jonas is stealing money from Jack Winter's family to pay off his debt to his uncle, which the debt is his sister. The debt is his sister? I'm slightly confused, Kira. I feel like I'm adhering too closely to the reference image, especially in certain areas. So I need to bulk this up a little bit. Oh, okay. Now I gotcha. All right, that makes more sense. Oh, goodness gracious. Her hair is really throwing me off. Okay. Oh, my. Goodness. Kira, you should. Do you have like a character Bible that you can write all of your stuff down in? My phone's about to run out of battery, so I have to turn off the music. At least for now. Alright, I can probably bump her size up. Oh, good. I have many like it, so I always make sure to throw that out there as as something that I would hope that other creative people would have. All right, so no, those look weird. So oh, I was talking about I was just talking about like series Bibles and character Bibles and stuff like that. You didn't miss anything. All right, got that. And she has that. Okay. You also have a page in your book dedicated to your character designs. That's good. Always good to plan ahead. All right. I still feel like there should be more on the right side. Like it seems so unbalanced. Maybe that worked. I almost feel like their lips are too big. I'm gonna test this out just to see if I can get this working. I don't need that. I need freeform. Seems a little bit better. A bit smaller, but not a problem. Yes, I am drawing a woman today. And we shall see how it turns out. I'm curious, Kira, what is it that is what is it that's most challenging for you to draw women? Like what part of anatomy as opposed to guys is most difficult for you? Is it like proportions? Or is it something else? Okay. Their neck and face are slimmer, so I would say their body proportions. Okay. Hmm. One of these days, whenever I don't have something already planned out. Give me a second. Which drawings of what? Do you have any drawings of women on your channel, Kira? Like I know that you have one that I know I saw. I forget which character it was. I think it was Spider-Man's girlfriend that wasn't MJ or Gwen, the one that you came up with. Yeah, I have a video and I have a post. Okay. Okay. One of these days I may have an idea that I can use to show you proportions. And JOM is asking, can you show full size, please? Right here is full size. Only doing a portrait today, so I'm not doing like full body. I still feel like I need to add some more to her hair, but that may be just me overthinking it. Okay. So here is, get off of there. Okay. Let me see how far into this recording this is. Okay, so that's 50 minutes into something that I probably should have already had done. Let's do... I'm going to take this off. Stop the recording. And then, since I already have the sketch done, then I'm going to jump into the part that I was wanting to record before. Once this is done saving. Yes. Alrighty. Tell you what, keep trying your hand at drawing women, and one of these days I'll show you how I work with proportions for them. Whenever I'm not working on something already. Okay, awesome. Now I just need to wait for this video to save, and then I can get back to the drawing of Samara weaving. All right. Should be less than a minute, guys. Sorry, this part is taking so long. So JOM, from what you were able to see whenever I did pull it full size, did you like how it's turning out so far? All right. That is... Okay, recording is saved. And you say yes. Awesome. Just what I like to hear. Okay. Don't need that. New movie recording. And iPad screen. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, Kira, it's not just you this stream. Alright, so for this part, we're going to... Oh, shit. I just got like a pressure in my head. That was not fun. Okay, so we're going to bump this down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into this example brush. And in the stabilization, there's this thing called streamline. Now, with no streamline, you can pretty much draw anything that is going to, like, you can pretty much draw... Hang on. let's try that again. Okay. So in this area, the stabilization, you see the streamline, and you'll see this amount. If you have none, and you come over to the drawing pad section, then you're going to get lines that are usually more scribbly, and there's not as much correction to them or smoothness. So anything that you're drawing will pretty much follow where your Apple Pencil is, or your stylus, whichever one you want to draw with. But if you bump up the amount, let's go all the way to 100 or 99%, maximum, whatever. Then whenever you're drawing, it's going to correct itself and make it more smooth. So let's clear that. It's going to automatically smooth itself out. So you'll see that it lags behind the pencil. Now, what I usually do is I usually have it like somewhere in the middle so that it doesn't correct itself as much, but it still allows for a smoother brush. So if I'm drawing a long line, then it'll correct itself and smooth itself out ever so slightly. So you'll see like a difference as opposed to whenever you're drawing like this. It's a little bit more difficult whenever the drawing pad changes based on where it is in there. So it's like straight ones are usually pretty much the same, but if you're drawing like a long line, then it can be much more noticeable. It's like as it gets closer to the maximum, then the lines start to get more smooth. It's a lot more noticeable on the actual drawing itself, but that's how you would change the smoothness of your lines in Procreate. So we can get rid of that. I no longer need the example brush, but I'm going to go in here and start some inking. And you've been trying to draw anatomy and stuff, but it's boring sometimes. There's a lot of stuff that can be boring in art. Trust me, it is. It's not all fun and games. All right, let's start with her lips. Whoa. Oh, wrong layer. Shit. And that needs to be bumped up a significant amount. One thing I can tell you that is definitely much more boring than drawing anatomy is certain types of backgrounds. They can be a pain in the ass. It's like if you're drawing like a brick background, then you're gonna, if you're trying to put in a lot of detail, you're going to be drawing a lot of bricks, and it can be very repetitive. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's a very nice drawing. I like it. Thank you. Always glad to know that my work is appreciated. And I came into this stream not knowing what I was going to be drawing. So that was quite interesting. Okay. We'll get that on there. Oh. Also, I have started drawing hands. Oh, spooky. I drew a bunch of hands on one of my upcoming videos scheduled for tomorrow at 7:06 p.m. Interesting. Yeah, the first half of this stream was me drawing hands. So that was we're on the same page. Okay. Now let's get this part. How is this going to be drawn? Yes, but you drew hands holding fire. I drew one hand holding fire. Only one hand. Okay, let's put that in. That in. No problem, Kira. Don't worry. Family stuff is more important than watching a live stream. Her nostrils are so fucking weird. I need to adjust something. Where her nose is. Okay. So now it's not going to be as upturned. So that's good. That works out in my favor. No. Ah. My dad's supporting my drawings now. I showed him my sketchbook and he didn't say anything. He just gave me a thumbs up. That's good. Congratulations. Always good to see parents supporting their kids' creative ambitions. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Glad he's finally proud of me. I'm glad of that too. All right. Got that. Now, might as well include those. That makes one boob look way smaller than the other one. Much better. Okay. I don't know what the last part of that is. Nice a dicka? What's a dicka? Color me confused. Dicka is like saying dice. Huh. I have never heard dice called that before. But okay. How do I want to do this? Like some dice. Okay. I'll take your word for it. But with an A at the end, and no, it's not dice. It's just pronounced like saying dice, but with a lowercase a. Is that like some new slang that the kids nowadays are using? I don't know if you've noticed, but I am far from being a kid, so I have no idea what modern slang is. It's like Tank Ferret was on here in the chat a couple of streams ago, and he was explaining some modern day slang that his kids were um, explaining to him. It's like I'm just barely now caught up on like the 6-7 stuff, and that's already like so last year, according to the kids. All right. Goodness. Oh, okay. That makes more sense why I have never heard it. The slang that I made up right now. I knew that cooked meant done for, but fandom taxed, I've never heard that one before at all. Sounds like something that you would say if you're like a fan of something. Hmm. Hmm. Goodness Lord. Okay, got that. That is way too thin. I don't think I need that on there. I can leave it like that and not have any repercussions. All right. I haven't heard 8-9. Oh, 6-7 has already died in my area. Kids that are way younger than me say 6-7 or 8-9. No offense, but I think, trust me, no offense taken. I thought that meme was bullshit long ago. So, no offense taken here. I couldn't give two shits about 6-7. It's a waste of oxygen, if I'm being entirely honest. Hmm. 69 will never die. That is very true. And that is one that I don't want to die. Well, if you think that 6-7 needs to die, then you're not brain rotting enough. So you can at least say that. If you're somebody who thinks that 6-7 should stick around for a bit longer, then I would say that you're brain rotted. Thankfully, Kira, you don't strike me as a quote unquote brain rotted hooligan. Thank you. If only you could tell my brother. Well, unfortunately, I don't have that type of power. It's all up to how he interprets brain rot. Alright, come on. Got that going. This part would come out from here. Oh, Harvey has some new lore. Let's hear it. Is this in addition to your other lore, or is it instead of your other lore? Ah, shit. Addition or more description. Okay. Go right ahead. Ah, crap. Okay. Got that side almost done. Good lord. Okay, and collarbone. Now let's put these here. He has a rich boy in a rich house. Okay. Brother Jared, Father Christopher. The hitman part, I think you mentioned yet last time you brought him up. So that part I'm familiar with. All right. That's okay. You're coming up with a lot of stuff. Even the name of the hitman. Let's connect to this part. Actually, hold on. I'm going to try something. And then from there... Nope. Okay. All right, Kara, did you add in the part about the brother being shot from the last time you mentioned it? Because I don't remember the brother being a thing in the last time you were talking about Harvey. Ah, okay. So I am remembering certain details. Okay. That's good. Shit. Nope. Okay. So we're all done with that side. Now, let's take care of this, and then we'll jump into the other side of the hair. All right. Pretty normal childhood, wasn't spoiled rich anymore. He had to get a job at 16 because his uncle was poor. The uncle decided to keep this lifestyle and not get all of something. All right, what part do I not have a problem with fucking with? Okay, that will be... How's this part going to go? Okay, so here's how this part is going to be. This part will be... from here all the way up to here. This part would be... Goodness. He did not get all of Christopher Clemens' money. Harvey was trying to avenge his brother and father too, but in a smart way. That's why at the age of 27, he ran for president using his power queen. Okay. Sorry. It's 11 o'clock where I am, so I'm not yawning at your backstory ideas. I'm solely yawning because I'm tired. Just figured I'd clear that up just in case. Shit. Okay. Got that part mostly done. Yeah. Okay, and that all the way up there. Okay. All right. I'm gonna wait for your next message to come through. I need to erase that part. All right, where's the next part of this gonna be? Oh, it goes all the way out here. That's why. That's not the case, and then the lore stops. Well, my back hurts because I've been sitting here for the past 3 hours, and I work in front of a computer, so I've been sitting down for most of the day. That's why sometimes I just need to turn to the side and crack my back. Come on. You can be a little bit better than that. Come on. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Okay. That. Oh, fuck me. Goodness gracious. Hey, Kara, just out of curiosity, since you mentioned that your brother has a YouTube channel too, what does he do? You remember that one time you said, get off the screen sometimes, kids, as you proceeded to look at your 3 monitors? Yeah, I won't forget that. I kind of laughed out loud when you said that. I would say kids should probably not spend as much time on looking at screens. Whenever you're my age, I feel like it's a different story altogether. As with many things, adults can choose to fuck up certain things. Like, you don't want to be 15 and going blind. So, I would say don't spend as much time in front of screens whenever you're younger. He plays a game called League or Some. I don't know what that is, though. I can't really explain much to you. Okay, so he's a gamer. Oh, that was just a guess. Ugh. Good Lord. I was just thinking, what age would you not want to be going blind? Or needing to wear, like, very high levels of glasses? Probably around 15. That myth was from the radiation of CRT TVs. Wouldn't that be just like being super close to it? Bigger screens is the real problem. This one is the bigger screen. Because I'm staring at screens all fucking day. Oh, I need to wear glasses. Why? Why? Why do I need to wear glasses, Doc? Probably because you're staring at screens. Alright, but yeah, I know the myth about being like super close to a CRT TV and being like, oh, you don't want to like burn your retinas and shit like that. But I know that it's still commonplace for um a lot of like eye health people or whatever the fuck they're called to say like minimize screen time. Otherwise, you'll be getting even closer to needing glasses, which I'm not going to say anything about because I don't want to jinx it. Fucking hell. CRTs emitted heat and you can hear them hum. The best ones needed to warm up first. Oh. Bro, I needed to wear glasses when I was 6. I read books. Sometimes you're just not so lucky. Like, I'm the only one in my family that doesn't need glasses at the moment. Come on, where? Okay, let's do this. Then have this go further up. There we go. Ooh, boy. You dropped and broke your glasses? You're being like Velma and Scooby-Doo. You're dropping your glasses all over the place. God damn it. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Good lord. Well, that's partially a lie. I know why I'm yawning so much because it's so damn late. Okay, got that. And then the next part can go from here to here. It just looks maddeningly unhelpful. Okay. I think that's good enough for her hair. Oh. God in heaven. All right, give me one sec, guys. Fuck. Oh, okay, that was much better. Kira, can you see like at a distance, or are yours like reading glasses? Like short-sighted, far-sighted, or just reading stuff? Okay. Good Lord. I think they're short-sighted, but I can see perfectly fine without them. I don't know why I need them. Huh. That's strange. Yeah, if you can see perfectly fine without them, then I don't know why you would need them. But don't take that as medical advice. I don't know shit. Just putting that disclaimer because I know that YouTube can be a bitch. Huh. No. Right about there. Doctor's trying to get me to waste money on myself. There's a lot of things that that society gets you to waste money on. And sometimes that is doctors. Like it's going to be one of my own medical stories. I had it was like a cyst. And I went to what was it? It wasn't a plastic surgeon, but it was like some sort of like skin doctor. And got it removed. And then within like 6 months, the fucker was back again. I was like, why the fuck did I waste my money with going and getting this removed? It's just gonna come back again. What the fuck, doc? Dermatologist, yeah. Yeah, that was it. I don't know terms for a lot of things, so I appreciate when you guys can correct me um in my speaking. I'm gonna try something here. Whenever it's stuff like that, like preparing for a surgery, that stuff I would I would definitely listen to them about. Because that stuff I don't know shit about. If they're going to be like digging around in my intestines and stuff, then I would be trying to listen to as much as possible whenever it comes to those instructions. Huh. Sure it was a doctor and not like a acupuncture specialist? Yep, JOM is popping in every once in a while. All right. Trust me, you don't need to apologize. It gives me something to talk about. So, whenever it comes to any of these like streams that don't have like a promotional side to them, talk about anything you want in the chat within reason. That is definitely within reason. So, no need to apologize at all. What is within reason? You've got a broad range. Um, as of right now, I'm a very small channel, so most things are within reason. If anything would happen to pop up that is not within reason, I would be sure to say something. Like I'll give you an example. There was, one second. There was a time several years back when I was streaming with a buddy of mine, and he was promoting. What the fuck? This eye is not working correctly for me. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so back to my story. I was streaming with a buddy of mine who has since disappeared from YouTube, and we were doing like an interview with somebody and promoting this guy's stuff, and somebody popped into the chat and was going off and talking about some of his own stuff that there was a lot of controversy around it. Let's just say that. And it wasn't really appropriate in the chat. And he was starting to bicker back and forth with some other people in the chat. And it was just generally disrupting everything that was going on stream. So Generally, I would say no, not. I'm not meaning lore. No, yours is totally fine. You're. I'm asking you about it, so yours is totally fine. His was. He was trying to push something that people were not buying into, and he was starting fights in the chat. So it was not. It was not what you would want in the chat. So eventually I had to go in and like put my foot down and say, "Hey, stay civil in the chat and don't cause trouble." You're totally fine, Kira. Just keep doing what you're doing. If there's ever a point whenever it's not appropriate or anything like that, then I would definitely tell you. You're totally fine. Okay. So almost all of this section. Hold on. Crap. Kira, here's what I would say. If I have somebody on here for like a promotional stream and we're in the middle of talking about like a project that they're working on or some of their own lore, then I might tell you to tone it down. But right now, if there's nothing going on, keep doing what you're doing. No problem whatsoever. Oh my days. I saw somebody fighting in chat in someone's channel, he got kicked. Also, I'll never say something inappropriate because I know there might be smaller aged audiences watching. Usually whenever it's a live stream, I usually act like there's probably anywhere between like 21 to 40 for the age range. People your age, at least in this space, are very rare. So, I mean, I appreciate that you try to maintain some sense of appropriateness. So that's good. I usually try to do that same thing, but I also try to aim for like the 21 to 40 range. Maybe a little bit older as well, because I think Tank Ferret said he's a little bit older than 40. Because I think he said his oldest is 27. I think. I might be misremembering. Okay, get that. I would say it's only on specific streams. It's just like if there's someone else on the channel, then it would just be like common courtesy just to let them get their pitch out first, and then if it changes to something like a more chill stream, then you can start talking about like lore stuff. Right now, like I said, totally fine. But on like a stream that would be more centered on the promotional stuff, then I might tell you to tone it down a little bit. And just be like, Kira, this is not the chat. This is not the stream to be doing this. Just listen to what this person is saying. Normally, I would say that since you're coming up with a creative project of your own, listening to some older creators promote their stuff might give you a it give you a bit of a head start for whenever it comes time for you to promote your stuff. At least like in like a YouTube video or something. Because if you want to put out your stuff and eventually make money from it, then you're going to need to have a pitch for it. You can't just go in and ramble for like 10 minutes because nobody's going to sit through that. At least in like a at least in like a video form. So you need to have like a 30-second pitch. And a lot of times, whenever there's like these promotional things, the creators will have pitches like that. So you can learn how to do those by watching how they're promoting those with those pitches. And if you know how to do a good pitch, then you'll be far ahead of most comic creators, because a lot of them do not know how to promote. Well, a lot of them don't know how to promote themselves. Also, it's very rare in society for a 14-year-old to be interested in writing. When I write like 4 pages long for a DWA practice in school, kids be like, "Damn, you wrote that?" What's a DWA practice? And JOM says, elevator pitch? Yes. A tight 30 seconds. Yeah, it's sort of like the length of an elevator ride. So if you're standing in an elevator with somebody and you want to sell them your book or your story, then you're going to want to tell them a very quick pitch for your book in that 30 seconds. And the sooner you learn that, whenever you have a finalized story idea, the better you're going to be. Because then you can get on to the videos that you're making or any live streams that you would end up doing, and you can put in that little pitch at the end of your videos and say, here's my story, here's my project, buy it. Obviously in more eloquent words. Yeah, I haven't written in 3 days. I'm not proud of it. I'll start some other day because I'm lazy. Anyways, I listen to older people that already made their book because I want to make money on something I made, not on something that somebody already made. Also, a DWA is a district writing assessment. Do it every year. Okay. Interesting. I was not aware of writing assignments. All right, let's get this on here. And yeah, I would say that I would agree that it is rare for a 14-year-old to be interested in writing. So you are one of the few. I would say all of that can be black. or at least darker. And we'll throw this over here. Amen to that, JOM. If you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. I think there is argumentative, narrative, and informative. I usually get narrative. That's why I'm convinced the... Are you saying district? Likes my made-up stories and rambling. Like that one time I made a pretty interesting story. Yep. Master writing for earning scholarships and grants, and master speech for life. And the writing also for making money. And also you can use speech to make money as well. Like being able to stand up in front of people and actually talk. So it's definitely beneficial. Let's put a couple more shadows in here because she has highlights in her hair that need to be put on here. Also, the more you're comfortable talking in front of people, the more that you'll be comfortable making videos. If you want to hear it, then you can just ask. Also, JOM, are you in the area where RC is trying to target audience-wise? I'm just curious. If you don't want to share, that's totally fine. Kira, are you talking about, do I want to hear what the interesting story was for the what the fuck were they? For the DWA? Yeah, if you want to tell me it, go for it. I will gladly listen. Let's get that right to there. Cool. Oh, goodness. And I want to say, her mouth might be a little bit too big, but hold on. How can I make this work? Okay, so they told me to center on a cave subject. Like a cave that would be like in a mountain? There was a middle school boy named called Sam and his teacher, Mr. Teacher. Let's go with Mr. Teacher. Fuck it. I have to put at least some amount of space between her lips and her teeth. So that's why I'm adding these shadows in here. Let's try adding. And JOM says the Cyclops in the audience, the Cyclops in the audience. Why is Odyssey fucking me up? The Cyclops in the Odyssey. Why could I not say that? Relevant movie out. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure why you popped that one in there, JOM. What was making you think of Cyclops? Mm, oh, okay. Something in a cave. Okay. See, whenever I hear something in a cave, I'm thinking like pirate treasure. Of course, that's probably because I'm obsessed with pirates. And because all of my stories revolve around pirates. Or all of my published stories revolve around pirates. So that's probably why that's my go to thing. Okay. Who did it? Nobody. Yeah, I need to watch um one of the earlier versions of the Odyssey. Not the Christopher Nolan one. Dear God, no. So Sam needed to figure out a way to make a thing about some cave club or some. Sam needed to figure out a way to make a thing about some cave club or some. Long story short, Sam went with Mr. Vince into the room where there was a robot named Mr. Mr. Robot. They learned something coming in the next message. And JOM says, I see a chest behind you. Are you talking about that one? That one is actually. I don't want to say it's a wicker chest because I don't think it's a wicker chest, but I actually got that from my tattoo artist. And I think it was from like a vape shop or something, or it was like stored in a vape shop, so it still has like all the smells to it. Whenever you open it up, it smells really good. But yeah, I use that to keep all of like my or most of my traditional art supplies in it. So maybe at some point I'll get around to actually opening it up and using some of that stuff. And you say the Odyssey Armand Asante was good. That's good. All right. So Do I want to add other stuff? I don't think so. What figures are in the packages? Give me 1 second and I will show you. Okay, so I just have to get this part filmed. So let's go to canvas and then flip horizontal, and you can get the canvas flipped horizontally. And it'll flip all of the different layers, and you don't have to worry about having to like take a picture and then look at it on your phone. Very simple process. All right, let's just in case. That one's going to be a very simple video that I'm going to put out. Okay. So take this off. Are you talking about those ones, JOM? Or are you talking about ones that are like back there? Since we're in the middle of Kira's story, they learned about caves and shit like that, and then they finished the story saying that Sam became very popular and famous because of his cave club thing. And yeah, I was too lazy to write all of it. But it was interesting when I first made it. Also, I think the robot's name's Ada. Alrighty. And JOM says yes. Okay. Pardon me. All right. So those are Cyberfrog figures. If you're familiar with Ethan Van Sciver and his Cyberfrog comics, then that one right here is the 90s version of Cyberfrog. This right here is the Vespus, which are like alien murder hornets. And then I'm gonna make sure my iPad doesn't shut down. Up here, I have the current version of Cyberfrog, and behind that light, I have the figure of Heather Swain. So those are the sealed packages. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second. Gonna turn off my camera so you guys aren't staring at my ass. Okay. We are back. And okay, before I get into showing these closer, and did you say smoke shop? RC, why would you go to a smoke shop? Please don't tell me you smoke. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't vape. I do have the occasional cigar every once in a while, but I don't have it often enough to actually do anything. So, no cigarettes, no vaping, but I do occasionally indulge in the cigar because they just look so kick-ass. But you'll see that I have these here. So, good Lord. How am I going to do this without it reflecting? Okay, so here's the Vespis. That is the villains of the current day Cyberfrog. I'm going to try to get all of these over here. This one is the 90s Cyberfrog. You can see it has all the attachments and all of that stuff with it, and like a different head over on the other side that's more like smiley. And it has like a fist holding a Vespis head over here. It looks like a murder hornet. It pretty much is. It's like, I think the murder hornets were starting to pop up like right after Ethan came up with the Vespis idea. And it was like, oh, this is just fate seeming to line up perfectly. But yeah, here's the current day Cyberfrog. He's a little bit different than the 90s one because Ethan redesigned him. And then we have Cyberfrog's friend, Heather Swain. And she has two heads, one that's more smiley and one that's more like gritty over here. But yeah, these are the sealed toys that I have, and they've probably been in a box for several years because I had no place to display them. Then I got this place, and I can actually put them up on my walls. I'm glad you think it's cool, Kira. And you got a figure today of Yoshikage. I think I saw that in one of your posts that you got a figure of yourself. Or at least your namesake. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to put these back so that they're not sitting on my lap the entire time. Actually, I got some other stuff I want to show you guys. Give me a second. Okay, so these ones aren't like sealed figures, but they're ones that I like to have on my shelves because they look hella cool. So, oh. No, I haven't posted it yet, but I did put it in chat. I'll post a picture and short of him tomorrow because he is my goat. All right. I knew I saw it somewhere, but I didn't. I could have sworn it was a post, but apparently I'm wrong. But there's like these standees that I have. This one's sort of like a thick cardboard, and it's for a character called Ten, and she's part of an independent comics universe of Genuine Comics, and she's sort of the one that got me into the company. So she looks hella gorgeous, and honestly, this bit of merch is probably one of the best ones that I've gotten. from like most of the crowdfunded campaigns. So I really like this one. She's always over on my shelf and always visible. So definitely recommend going and checking out Genuine Comics because they're fantastic stories. And these two right here, um, Kira, you're going to be far too young to actually be able to get these books, but these are characters from the X53 Studios. This lady is a vampire, and this is, there we go. Now it's not reflecting. This is a superheroine called Falconet. She's part of like a superhero team up called Goshock and Falconet. And like I said, unfortunately, Kira, you're going to be a little bit too young to actually get these stories because there is some mature elements. But yeah, let's get her so that you can actually see her without the screen being reflected in her. There we go. But yeah, much like Genuine Comics, those two, the story of these two is definitely well worth picking up if you're of age. Isn't like as mature as, are you meaning Invincible? Let me know. Okay, so it is Invincible. I don't really know Invincible that much to actually let you know that. All I can say is that if I had a kid, I would not have them be reading those books until they were at least 18. So you've got a couple years. It really depends on what your parents allow you to actually have. If it was up to me, I would probably not have anybody younger than 18 reading those. It's sort of like, it's like having a kid watching like rated R movies. Some rated R movies are okay. Some of them are definitely not for children. Okay. I need to stop this recording. Okay. Kira, I will get to your question in a moment. I just have to save this iPad recording. And then I'll be able to jump back to you. This was... What is it? How do I want this to be titled? Okay. And save. Okay. What book is The Vampire Lady? Give me a moment and I'll be able to pull it up. Kira says, I read Wolverine, I watched rated MA and rated R. Am I cooked? No, you're not cooked. I'm just saying, like, personal preference. I probably wouldn't give those books to someone younger than 18. What book is Vampire Lady? Well, I can pull that up because I just have to actually get to their website. Give me a moment. Because I know that Vampire Lady, which I need to actually get around to actually reading that book fully. The company actually changed the title of the book. It used to be The Vindicators. And how am I going to get... Okay. So now it is called Blood and Brass. I'm going to go onto this page and make sure that there's not any, like, bare boobs or anything like that. Because YouTube would not like that one bit. Whoop. Whoop, my stream. There we go. Okay. For a second there, I was frozen. Okay, Kira says that my dad put the Terminator, and it was actually very nice. Terminator, I would say, is tame. Please don't show me that. Are you talking about... Are you talking about my comments about bare boobs? Because I wouldn't be able to even show that on YouTube. So that would get me struck down. Okay. I'm going to scroll through these pictures and make sure that there's not anything crazy. Okay. All right. So there's some ass, but there's not enough that would be a problem for YouTube. Okay. So this is... I think you're mixing up the movies there. Get to the Chopper is Predator. Terminator is I'll be back. All right, share screen. And Blood and Brass. Okay. So this is the book for a vampire girl. Her actual name is Alice. So here she is in all of her glory. And Blood and Brass, Volume 1, which was originally published as The Vindicators. That's whenever I got the book. Unleashes a supernatural... Hold on. And take this off so you can actually see the whole page. Blood and Brass Volume 1 unleashes a supernatural western loaded with steam-powered firepower, vampiric bloodlust, monsters, and spectacularly bad decisions. Flint Decker survived the Civil War, but not in one piece. Now rebuilt with steam-powered bionics, a six-shooter, and a temper to match, he's sent into a dying Arizona town on a mission for employers he's never met. Riding with him is Alice Brown, Vampire Lady, a centuries-old vampire with lethal charm, a hunger that never sleeps, and zero patience for anyone who gets between her and her next meal. They don't trust each other. They're not supposed to. But the town of Stale Gorge is hiding something far worse than either of them. Brainwashed citizens stitch together horrors, and a twisted inventor determined to reshape the West. This complete 52-page, full-color supernatural western is packed with gunfights, monsters, black comedy, and the opening moves of a much larger conspiracy. Mean, sexy, violent, completely unhinged. If that's your kind of western, saddle up. And then we have some examples of the art. Got one right there. I'm not going to go I'm not going to go to the last one because there may be a little bit too much ass for YouTube, but I think this is totally okay. So, in long answer to your question, JOM, that is where the Vampire Lady comes from. And if you go to X53 Studios, then you'll see all of the comics that are for sale from them. And yes, yo, that's some awesome art. Respect to the artist. Yeah, the artist is... Who is the artist? The artist is... Colors by Javi Lapara. Lettering by Invisible Studios and edited by Alex Simmons. Yeah, and you can see right here, mature audiences. But yeah, X53 Studios puts out a lot of great work. And you know what? Since I'm feeling especially promoty right now, what I'll do is I'll show you. Oh, okay. Cool. Which cover did you get for Perfect 10? Which one are you referring to? Kira, I'm going to be honest, probably not. Again, it depends on the parenting style. Which cover did you get? Which issue of Perfect 10 are you referring to? Because I think that there were multiple different ones for each one. Usually I tried to default to the Pal Rodrix version. Number 1. I'll have to look. Give me 1 second. Because I have the website pulled up. Because the first one... believe the one that I got was the cover A. Yeah, it was definitely the cover A. So this one, the one that's sold out. Yeah, cover B. All of the stuff from Dave Brink looks fantastic. It's like you can't go wrong with him. I especially like Pal Rodrix's art, so usually I'll try to go with his cover. But if there's a time whenever the artist of the issue is the one doing the cover, then I might try to go with that one. I'll have to actually look because Dave put out a campaign for what is it? For Safeguard, which is sort of like the continuation. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, this one's still for sale. Yeah, this is the cover art by Edu Souza and King Bola. So if you want to go and get Perfect 10 issues, then go and get this one because this one is not sold out. Bro, my brother just came into the room claiming he was Peter Parker. He then threw me off my chair and ran away. Like, what the hell? Your brother sounds very strange, Kira. Yes, JOM. It is very good art. But yeah, he has he had a campaign up for Safeguard, which is the continuation of Ten's story as she joins the superhero team Safeguard. It was up on Kickstarter and Fund My Comic. Both of those campaigns are now down because the time has run out. Both of them were funded, so that's fantastic. And with that book, it's going to be a 3-book long series drawn by Alan Goldman, who, again, is a fantastic artist. And he also had Paul Rodriguez do one of the covers, so I'm going to need to look and see which one I decided to get. I know I got one of them. I just don't know which one off the top of my head. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about Perfect 10 or are you talking about Safeguard? And Kira says he's very, very strange. I say he is just special. Don't take it in a bad way, though. Not taking it in a bad way at all. Oh no, there's more than 4 books. There's 6 of them. Let's go through here. So we have 4, 5, and there is a 6th one, but people are still getting their copies of those. So usually what Dave does is he'll run a campaign, and then whenever that campaign is done and people have received their books, then he'll put that book up on the website. So anybody who wants to get the book can then get it without it getting to them before the paying customers or the people who crowdfunded the book. So that's why issue 6 isn't up there. But it should be up there soon, I would imagine. And Kira says, gotta go. Have a nice night. And hopefully there will be another stream of yours. If you can tell me if you will do one, then I will be delighted. Kira, I don't really have a schedule per se, but if you have your notifications turned on, then it should notify you whenever I go live. So just keep an eye out for whenever that happens. I'll probably be streaming at various points throughout this week. I just don't know exactly when. So just keep an eye on the notifications. I'm sure I'll see you in the chat. But yeah, have a good night, my friend. All right, hold on. Okay, so the recording is done. I can finally close out of this. All right. While I'm on the Genuine Comics page, JOM, do you have any other questions that I could maybe answer for you? Because if you do, then I will gladly try my best to answer them. While I get some of this stuff arranged on my iPad. Okay, there we go. And oh, sweet, that's already at 93%. Alrighty. Well, if you haven't gotten any of these books, then I highly recommend getting them. They are well worth the money. I actually got the Perfect 10, the artist edition of the first book, and that has some sketches of like various posters that have been put out, as well as the script and the rough art, no, the layouts, I believe, for the first issue. Well worth the money if you like artist editions of things, and it gives you a really good insight into like Paul Roderick's art and how he like draws some stuff. So I highly recommend checking that out if you get the opportunity. I'm glad that you'll check out the website. I'm always glad to point people towards Dave's work because he does some fantastic stuff. But I do have to end the stream at some point because I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish. So, do I have anything else? Nope, I don't think so. All right. I don't know what I'm going to do for the other streams this week. I might do some promotional stuff. I might just do random drawings. Who really knows? Fantastic. Another question. What is Dave's history in comics? I know that he started by putting out Earthling, which you can find on his website. He put out Earthling, Ajax, Dream Girl. Those are the ones that he put out through the website or like before the crowdfunding stuff. I think he did one other crowdfunder before Perfect 10. And then Perfect 10 was like the breakout hit because everyone fucking loved that book. And I don't really know what he did before those. I think it was just like coming up with all these ideas. I actually do have an interview with Dave on my channel, and he goes into some of his history, and it was pretty much like a promotional stream for Safeguard and like what his creative process is. So if you want to go and check that out, then what was the name of that stream? It was like, I think it was Comic Share Safeguard Pandemonium. So that should be on my channel on both my YouTube and my Rumble. So if you want to see my interview with Dave and check out some more of his work and like creative mind or like some insight into that, then definitely go and check that out on my channel. And you can also go to Dave's YouTube channel, which is just Genuine Comics, and you can subscribe to him there. He does live streams every Sunday where he promotes other independent creators. It's called A Drink with Brink, and I think that they're definitely worthwhile to watch. How long ago was it? It was a couple weeks ago. When was it? Give me a second. I need to actually go to my YouTube channel and see. My channel. Okay. Shorts live. It was 2 weeks ago. It is Comic Share, Genuine Comics, Safeguard, Pandemonium. So if you want to go and check that out, that is the title that you're going to want to look for. But I do have to get to bed. It is 12:30 where I'm at. So I'll hopefully see you guys around at various points of this week. If you guys would, now I'm going to shamelessly self-promote myself a little bit. If you guys would, if you haven't already, or if you're watching on the replay, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. And I will see all of you in the next stream, or video, or short, whichever one you happen to watch first. Have a good night, everybody, and peace out.